Good morning, children. I hope all of you are keeping fine, staying at home, healthy, and safe. So, we are beginning with the first lesson of First Flight, A Letter to God by G.L. Fuentes. Let's have an introduction first. This chapter, A Letter to God, is a fine story about a teak faith. A teak, you can say, deep faith, inviolable faith of a poor but very hard-working farmer Lencho, and his faith is in God. This story is very amusing and very impressive example of deep faith in God. Lencho, he lives with his family on a hill and only home there. He works very hard for his family and possesses a land of corn. He lives a very simple life. So let us see to the summary of the chapter. Lencho, a poor farmer, he lives on the top of a hill and his home was the only home in the entire valley. He lives there with his family. He was waiting for rainfall. His crops were ready and the crops promised him a good harvest. He was eagerly waiting for a rainfall. And his wife was preparing food for the entire family. When Lencho said to his wife that it's going to rain, wife also replied positively. The elder people were working in the field and small children were playing nearby the house. Mother called them for dinner. When the whole family was taking dinner, at that time only it started raining. Lencho was very happy. In the beginning, it was very pleasant. He said that these raindrops are coins because they promised and assured a good harvest. But soon, suddenly, the breeze changed into a strong wind, and with rain, very large hailstone started. Very large hailstones started falling. It rained for an hour. It covered the cornfield and the whole valley. Lencho was very upset. A huge destruction was there. When Lencho moved out, he could see there were no leaves on the trees. The flowers were lost. When the storm passed, he went to see the condition of his field. He was very sad. He said that a plague of locusts are the small insects which destroys the crop field completely. Lencho was so upset, he said that a plague of locusts would also leave something in the field. But this storm has left nothing. It had destroyed all the crops of Lencho. He was very upset. Nothing and no one is there to help them. He thought that they are going to starve this year. But for the people living in there, they had only one hope, and that hope was from God. He said, no one dies of hunger. God is there to help them. And he was a very hard-working man. So he wanted to write a letter to God. And he demanded that if God will not help him, his family, and he will go hungry. So he demanded 100 pesos. He wrote a letter, himself went to the town, put the letter in the envelope, and wrote in address God. The postman of that town, he collected the letter, and when he saw the address God, he burst into laughter and brought this letter to the postmaster. Postmaster was a very amiable, friendly, and pleasant kind of person. He too laughed, but all of a sudden he got serious. On the huge and tremendous faith of a person who wrote a letter to God. He was deeply moved by that. So, and he did not want to break this faith of a person in God. So, what he did, he decided to donate some part of his salary. And he also asked his employees to donate some part of whatever they wanted to donate some part of their salary. And he himself put that money in the envelope and put it on the table. He was eagerly waiting for lunch. Put that money in the envelope, and in sender's address, he just mentioned God. Next Sunday, Lencho came there to take the reply of God. Postmaster was very eager. He himself handed over the letter to Lencho. Lencho opened it and counted the money. He found that he demanded 100 pesos and only 70 pesos were there. So he requested for a paper and a pen. Immediately, he wrote a letter to God and said, God, as I demanded money from you, I received it. But to my surprise, I demanded 100 pesos and I received only 70. So I am writing this letter again to you to get my 30 pesos. And please, this time you send this letter directly to me and not through these people, because they are all bunch of crooks. Bunch of crooks means group of dishonest people. So this is all about this story. Now you can go through the story here in nutshell. Some words are given for you to unwork, and their meanings are also there. They will help you to understand the lesson in a better way. Some question and answers are given here. These are for your better understanding the chapter. Some long questions are also there, and you are here in the self-assessment section. Some questions are given. Write down these questions in your copy. Whenever the school will reopen, these will be collected by the teachers for correction. I hope you all must have liked the simple story of a simple poor farmer. Thank you.